Today I'll be showing you how to solve basic algebraic equations like the one on screen, but also some trickier ones. So to solve these, your goal is to get the variable, so in this case x, by itself. So the whole equation is going to end up reading x equals something. And the way you get x by itself is simply by doing operations to the equation, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But there's one rule you absolutely have to follow. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So now let's go through some examples so I can show you, starting with this one. We need to get x by itself here, so we need to get rid of that plus 22. So how can you eliminate a plus 22? Well, you can just take 22 from both sides. So you can rewrite the equation as x plus 22 minus 22 equals 101 minus 22. And 22 minus 22 is 0, so that means we've eliminated that 22. And that means that x is just going to equal 101 minus 22. And that means that x equals 79. Alright, here's another one. 2x plus 3 equals 11. So we can solve this one by just following exactly the same process, doing operations until we get x by itself. So first let's get rid of this plus 3. We can do that by taking 3 from both sides of the equation. And that would turn it into 2x equals 8. So now we have 2x equals 8. And 2x just means 2 times x. So how can we turn 2 times x into just x? Well, we can do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So if we divide both sides of the equation by 2, and make it 2x over 2 equals 8 over 2, then we can eliminate that 2. And that would just mean that x equals 4. Alright, what about this one where x is on both sides? 2x plus 3 equals x plus 8. Well, once again, we can just do exactly the same thing. So let's see if we can get x on the left side only. Now there's not really a specific order you have to do things in. You can sort of just choose based on what you feel would be the easiest. So I'm just going to try get rid of this plus 3 and move it to the right hand side first. So we can take 3 from both sides, and that would turn it into 2x equals x plus 5. And now let's get the x on the right hand side to the left. So we can just take x from both sides. 2x minus x is just going to equal x. And x plus 5 minus x is just going to equal 5. So that means that x equals 5. Alright, let's try this one. 8x divided by 3 equals 3x minus 7. So even though there isn't a specific order you have to follow, generally I like to eliminate fractions first. So how can we get rid of this division by 3 here? Well, you can just multiply both sides of the equation by 3. And that's going to turn it into 8x equals 3 times 3x minus 7. Now let's simplify the right side. So you can use something called the distributive law, which tells us that we can distribute the 3 outside the brackets to the 3x and the minus 7. So we multiply both 3x and minus 7 by 3. So that means that 8x equals 9x minus 21. Now I'm going to try isolate x to the left side of the equation. So how can we get rid of the 9x on the right side? Well, we can take 9x from both sides. And that's going to end up equaling negative x equals negative 21. So here we have negative x equals negative 21. So how can we make x positive? Well, a negative number times a negative number is a positive number. So we can multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1. And that shows that x equals 21. Alright, and let's do one last question. 4 times x plus 1 equals 2x over 9. So what does x equal? Well, first I'm going to use the distributive law to turn the left side into 4x plus 4 equals 2x over 9. Now I want to get rid of the fraction on the right hand side. So let's multiply both sides by 9 to cancel out that fraction. That equals 36x plus 36, and the right hand side is just going to be 2x now. Now let's try get x to one side of the equation. So let's get rid of the 2x on the right side and make it so that x is only on the left side. We can do that by taking 2x from both sides. So that means that 34x plus 36 equals 0. Now let's try eliminate that 36 on the left hand side. So we have 34x plus 36 equals 0. And we can get rid of the 36 on the left hand side by taking 36 from both sides of the equation. That's going to make it equal 34x equals negative 36. And now let's turn 34x into just x. So we can divide both sides by 34 to cancel out that 34 in front of the x. And that means that x equals negative 36 over 34. So that's basically the final answer, but it would be good to simplify the fraction. So if you simplify negative 36 over 34, you get that x is negative 18 over 17. So that's how you solve basic algebra equations. Thanks for watching.